Hello, first of all, thank you for providing me about this opportunity to elaborate about my culture, like Indian culture. And India is a diverse country, and as I embarked on conducting this culture audit, my first concern was to learn about India's very complex culture context. I knew right away that the study of such a big countries had to be carried out through an organized framework. My intentions in that presentation is to provide a balanced overview of Indian national and subcultural framework. And the second slide is Great Hofstede Culture Dimensions. In this slide deals with the applications of Hofstede dimensions in India. In order to explain Indian national culture, I have opted for Hofstede dimensions since they are in a established model. My impression is that India has high power distance, conducting high hierarchy and respect for other in change, and the long term orientation and intelligence. In this topic of Indian restraint culture and long term orientation, moving from Hofstede model, India's high long term orientations is demonstrated by emphasis on present tense, precedents and traditions, implic- uh, impacting patients' business approaches. India's ranked low on the intelligence various restraints dimensions, which shows socially enroll in into intolerance from intelligences because of the control and um, modernizations, religion and subcultural diversity in India. In this slide verify mentions India's vast regional and cultural diversity. Apart from national culture, knowledge of India's regional diversity in patient is that audit. With the extensions of so many languages such as Hindu, Urdu, Punjabi, and Bengali as well, I am ensuring to investigate such complexity with practical particular example demonstrating my good grasp and responding to previous feedback regarding the necessary of thoughtness. Impact on national culture and on Indian business culture, hierarchy and relationships. In this slide is overcoming how Indians culture influence become business hierarchy relationship, and India has a high power distance which literally takes the shape of hierarchical organizational structure with top down distance making being prevalent. Personal relationship developed through judged as of at most significant, and the over contractual relationship. I am using everyday example of demonstrated how culture theories is applied in the reason in the real business settings and the meetings. And the collectivism and business in India, group harmony and the loyalty. This slide discusses the plans of collectivism in India workplace culture. India's dominated collectivism culture has a significant impact on the business culture. Corporations and team harmony with the organizations are greatly admired, and even leadership of individual accomplishment at time. Employees typically have a strong allegiances to their teams and organizations that outweigh contractual uh, obligations obligations. And tradition team and business practices in India. This slide addresses the Indian attitude towards team and business customary practices. India for future orientation influence business by promoting patience during bargaining, and the importance of the long term relationship over the spread of deals. And implications of international businesses, market entry, and the strategies. In this, a culture strategy of market entry into India for foreign companies plans to penetrate the Indian market must be fitted into Indian multi society. A single solution will not work in in all the states because of the language variations and the cuisines. Therefore, will be highly localization. Localization goes beyond language to aesthetic and marketing stories in make to make it culturally fitting. Implications for international business, human resources management. This slide addresses HR strategies based on Indian culture values. Effective HRM in India must be aware of its culture, context, personal relationship, and the trust are the choice during uh, hire. Individual intensive and the team intensive must be count, counterbalanced counterbalanced by reward structure and the incentives. Implication for international business negotiation and the communication. Negotiation and communication in India will have to be culturally distant with the high power distance identification of key distance maker and hierarchical communication respect are imperative. Personal relationship must be established before the after negotiation, sometimes instead of the immediate deals cuttings. Challenges and international business in India. This is a presentation about culturally incentive communication and negotiation in India. India, although its present opportunities, also has certain challenges for global companies. The vast regional and subcultural diversity requires localized approaches because the overall approach does not work. And more importantly, uh, culture miscommunications due to the variations of the communication style, like the language and expectations in a power danger. Recommendations for international business culture intelligence. In this discuss building the culture intelligence for business success. According to my reading, I would advise the global companies to put together emphasis on building culture saves. This is not only being kind and sensitive to culture variations but emphasizing and approaching them as well. Recommendations for international business strategy and adaptations. This slide is regarding strategy, flexibility, and relationship buildings in India. My second recommendations are based on a strategic, not globally flexible. India needs flexible, localized model specific to India, regional and subcultural settings. Strict global intents will not work. Overall challenges protective engagement. This slide is about overcoming challenges through engagement, technology, and learning. In order to overcome challenges, realized global firm needs to engage in continuous protective interrogations. Active engagement with government, authorized and stakeholder communications makes regulation management and make place insight possible. Conclusion. In conclusion, sum up by swimming up my audit emphasizes India culture richness and which power affects international businesses. Power distance and collectivism as well as religion diversity needs to be understood. The culture contemporary intelligence and the flexibility and also the language are the actual things that matters in success. Flexibility flexible patent relationship orientations and the locally authentic approaches must be employed, and the companies global companies can recap immense rich and the experience sustainable growth by embarrassing the complexity. So thank you for providing me this opportunity to provide the information about my culture.